Welcome to episode 32 of 50 Ways to Succeed at Work, where you hear stuff about ways to succeed even the most well-intentioned colleagues, advisors, careers officers and HR departments may never get around to mentioning. Today's episode is on you being a time traveller, that is avoiding lateness or early leaving at work, which creates resentment. Have you ever sat waiting for your doorbell to ring, telling you that your much-delayed pizza has finally arrived? If so, you'll know how annoying that wait can be. Apart from keeping you hungry, you start wondering whether the so-called fast food delivery company cares a soggy mushroom about your delay. Most customers, that is 86% for example, say they'd willingly pay more for a better customer experience. Late deliveries, late arrivals, nearly always leave an unpleasant taste in the mouth. It's the same at work. About 1 in 4 employees in the UK and the US struggle to arrive on time. They usually blame transport delays and personal problems at home. Whatever the excuse, every small slice of lateness can become a significant problem for those on the receiving end. Wherever you work, there'll probably be 1 or 2 chronic timekeepers. Make sure that you're not one of them. People tend to be over-optimistic about how long their respective tasks will take. However, when an outsider estimates it, they're usually less optimistic. People assume tasks will get done sooner and be more manageable than they turn out to actually be. When things at work are slow and plenty of people arrive late, you may think it's okay to do the same. But that's short-term thinking and unhelpful to your chances of success at work. In the most laid-back organizations where informal ways of working are the norm, people still value their time. Turning up late shows disrespect. It suggests that you consider your time more valuable than theirs. Senior people often suffer from that belief. They assume their time is more important than anyone else's, and consequently they arrive for meetings late with excuses like, "I had an urgent call from HQ. Our MD wanted an instant answer on something. Sorry, but something urgent got in the way. My other meeting went on longer than expected." All of them may be true, yet they say much about a person's ability to manage their time. It also suggests the low priority they attach to your time or the actual meeting. Colleagues soon become immune to the excuses. Arriving only 5 minutes late at the office or meeting appears harmless, yet 5 minutes can transform into 10, 20 or more. Missing much of a morning's work can cause expensive damage. For example, a skilled tradesman's personal lateness on a building site can disrupt a crucial stage of a costly work program, with knock-on effects across scores of other trades. What should you do if you know you'll be late for work?
I'm late. I'm late because I overslept. I was drinking last night. I couldn't hear my alarm clock. It went again a second time, and then I intentionally turned it off, went back asleep again, knowing full well that it would make me late. Any questions?
Have fun checking out the YouTube drama in the show notes for the many excuses for lateness. Most excuses seldom sound too convincing to those on the receiving end. A better approach is the advanced notice explanation. In this, you provide colleagues with an early warning about your impending delay. Explain that you won't be on time because something specific is delaying you, such as a road closure. Tell them in safe ways, using whatever methods you and your colleagues rely on to communicate: email, text, team software, a phone call. Call in with the information if you have a direct supervisor to whom you report. Don't do it while you're driving. Your safety and the safety of those around you are more important than explaining ahead of time. Offer apologies for the delay and don't invent excuses. Emphasize that you're doing everything possible to get to work and won't make lateness a habit. Meanwhile, if any urgent tasks need covering, try to contact someone else to stand in for you so that nothing goes wrong. Finally, you arrive. It can be tempting to make a drama out of your recent heroic journey. Resist the temptation. You've already missed valuable time. You may have caused others to shuffle their responsibility to cover for you. Keep your epic story for a natural break. So, what action am I proposing? First, be a time traveller. Make a habit of always arriving on time. 2. Where lateness matters, assume the critical tasks will take longer than you first thought. And thirdly, if your late arrival is inevitable, try to warn those expecting you and find cover for any urgent tasks. And my takeaway for this? Avoid any possibility of acquiring a reputation for abusing other people's time by always arriving early. You've been listening to an episode of Andrew's 50 Ways to Succeed at Work. For more episodes, subscribe free to my regular weekly podcasts. You can catch up on past ones at the 50ways.site, where you can also become a foundation member with access to e-learning units, transcripts, further reading links, and the forum, where you can ask questions, share problems, and join a growing community of people who seriously want to succeed at work. Thanks for listening, and bye for now until next week.